It's for Slay. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining me, Jill, again.
Yeah, no worries.
Round 2. Very popular here. How's your day today?
It's been very busy.
Yep, very busy.
Yes.
Give us a little snapshot of who you are, what you do, and why you're here.
I'm a physio here in Alexandria, and I also manage the clinic here too. So I've been working in Alexandria since September, and just love helping just the average Joe who has some injuries and getting them back to what they like to do, whether it's walking their dog or playing sport or hanging out. It's all good.
Yep, and it's the big thing is doing everyday tasks. And we're going to slide into the topic of today, which is deadlifts demystified. Well, deadlifts, are they dangerous, you know?
Well, they are if you don't do them properly.
Yeah. Like anything, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a very functional movement, which it's good to incorporate into your activity levels and when you are doing things. Every time you pick something up off the floor, you're doing a deadlift. Doesn't have to be something heavy, but when it is something heavy, that's when you hurt your back. Yes. So
okay, so let's go back to basics.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the foundations.
Sure.
We've got this misconception that a deadlift is we're in the gym, we've got a big bar, we've got all that loads of weight on it, and we're going to do a 1 RM and like some grunting, we've got the rock music on, and that's the deadlift. Well, that's what a lot of people, because when I speak to clients, I'm like, okay, deadlift. Oh, no, gonna do a deadlift.
Yes.
You know, so it's almost like that's the image in their head.
Yeah.
So what is a deadlift? What's the difference between a deadlift and a squat?
Well, I don't know. Can I do this on here or not? Can I share my screen on here or no?
Yeah, you can. Can you? You would be able to if you at the bottom share screen.
You're on the outside. All right.
So I guess when Jill is finding her little images, Jude.
Well, I have all the stuff. I just want to share my screen.
Jude, what do you think? What's the difference you reckon between a deadlift and a squat? What's a deadlift to you?
Oh, deadlift is, I guess you're working probably more of your hamstrings.
Okay, cool.
And whereas a squat's concentrating more on your glute and your lower back.
Yeah, they're a bit different in their movements. One's more pushing, the other one's more pulling. For some people it's more, you said hamstring dominant, whereas one is more quad dominant. And but the biggest characteristics, the difference between a squat and a deadlift is the hips.
Yes.
The hip hinge.
The hip hinge, exactly, which that's what I was going to show you, but I can't show you because Sally, you haven't allowed me to show.
I haven't allowed you, really?
Yes, as the host hasn't allowed me to share my screen.
Okay.
So like deadlifts, just like Sally's alluding here, like it's going to work what we call our posterior chain. So that's all these muscles here.
Yeah.
And what do? We just sit on our bums all the time. Okay.
Let's have a look here.
So we need to do the opposite of what we would normally do. And that's to work our bum and our hamstrings and our calves. So it helps to build some strong legs in those muscles. It also makes us use our core, which is good for posture as well. And it teaches you proper body mechanics so that you can apply it to the real world and pick up things heavy safely without hurting yourself.
Yeah, I think this is a good image here, if I can find it, the difference.
Yeah.
With article, but here we go. Squat and a deadlift and a hip hinge. Oh, I nearly lost that. Hey, a squat is, your hips are a bit lower, definitely your shins are angled forward. Your torso is a little bit more upright. You can't see it? Oh, that's me.
We can see you're sharing your screen.
Sorry. You can't actually see the image. That's not right. Oh, that's terrible. Let's try again. Technical difficulties. Says a portion of the screen. Now?
I just see like the top of your power bar.
Yeah, that's it. Same.
That's not right. Anyway, so that's basically the difference. It's not happening with any of us today, I guess, the sharing business.
succeeding.
How about this one? This one?
Oh, there.
Hey, woohoo!
Yeah. There you go.
Excellent. So that's my little thing. Okay, so squat. You're going all the way down. You're a little bit more upright. Whereas the hinge is like, you think about a drinking bird. You know that toy in the Simpsons. And then all you want to do is you want to drive your hips back, like you're touching the wall with your butt. That's the first thing you want to do. Shins are more vertical. Okay, and the weight is distributed differently.
Yes,
you can see that. So, when would you use the hip hinge in everyday life, Jude?
Oh, well, as Gillian said, when you're picking stuff off the ground,
100%.
or you're picking up packages, you got to make sure that you just don't use your back all the time. That's what your legs are for.
Yes. But we also have to use our backs, right? Jill?
To a point, yeah.
Yes, yeah, to a point. It's just that we're not overextending. So you see people doing a deadlift and not putting their bum back enough. So they're doing this.
Okay.
And then they're using all these muscles and not these ones. And then you see there is some controversy on this one. Where should your back be neutral or should your back be a bit bent?
Yes.
Some power lifters are doing that, but people who are just exercising for average Joes probably should keep your back in a neutral posture.
Yeah.
Issues when people are coming up. They're not coming up and squeezing their bum. They're coming up and they're extending backwards like this.
Okay.
With their back.
Yeah. The hyperextending or extension in the back, you know. The biggest thing also I've seen is people put weight on too quickly.
Yes.
In terms of lifting. There's no progression to it.
No, so I had some really good videos that I was going to show you guys, but I can't.
Okay.
So one of them is it's a company called the Prehab Guys.
Oh yeah.
What they've done. I'll go grab my trusty dowel.
Maybe I'll try and change it now. But yeah, deadlifts aren't dangerous. You know, because we do that all the time.
So they've got their dowel, and you can actually start from your knees.
Yeah.
So if you're on your knees, and then you're kind of here, and you're just hinging back.
Teaching. Yeah.
So that's how you can kind of work on just learning how to do it properly.
We do that, don't we? Jude, we do that when I teach clients. Put your hands on your hips and actually push it.
You can also do them.
Yeah,
that's when we do that thing too. When we do the free with the kettlebell swing.
Yeah, we do same thing, hip hinge. Yeah. Why don't you try now, Jill? I've clicked the multiple participants can share simultaneously, so you can have a bit of a play with that when you're back because you're frozen now. But yeah, deadlifts aren't dangerous. What's the characteristics of a deadlift? Hip hinge, hips go back. You're working more glutes, you're working more hamstrings and lower back as well. And not long ago, I went to a seminar of the back specialist, Stuart Mcgill, and basically he had a lot of people come to him with lower back pain, and the biggest thing was they were doing the same habit over and over again, like getting up out of the bed the same way, going down and tying their shoelace the same way. Whereas, a lot of people think, I'm going to injure myself doing one deadlift, but cumulatively, doing your shoelace over and over, the same thing, bending over, there's more shear pressure on your spine than it is when you're just like doing one deadlift.
Yeah, exactly. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the Prehab Guys here, and I'll play the video. I don't think you'll be able to hear the sound, but he kind of has some really good videos here. So he's just got like a band here.
Yeah.
And then you step a bit forward, so the band's kind of pulling back.
Yep.
And that's a way of kind of cueing that hip hinge as well.
Perfect. Yeah, I do that with my clients too. To really, because a lot of people just don't know what a hip hinge is.
Yeah, so there's that hyperextending that he's saying that you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
And then when I fast forward here, here's where he's using your stick of some sort. So you can practice it quite easily at home.
Yeah. Look at that. There's a drinking bird. Thanks. So that you're blocking out, actually overusing the quads and moving at the knees first rather than... Yeah, and that's just breaking it apart, right?
Yeah, and that's just breaking it down because it's a movement you're not used to doing.
Yes.
It's strange.
Yes.
So that was that one. And then the other one, which was quite good, is here. And so again, they're showing how to break it down as well.
Yep.
And they're actually giving this as an exercise that you do.
Ah.
What have you been doing? Come on.
This one's more of a straight leg one versus a
bend. See, the biggest thing I can see is driving those hips through. Bang.
Yeah.
And he's not curling his shoulders. You know, I definitely can see his lats a little bit engaged. His belly is not sucked in, but it's braced. So if I come past and try and push him, I can't really push him. He's quite solid.
Yeah, no, he's not going anywhere.
So yeah.
Another one. So it's just about breaking it down so that you can feel like you can do it properly.
Yeah.
So I had this is a little presentation I had, but this is how you can kind of work through it. So you can start with the hip hinge, which we just kind of went through in quite detail.
Yep.
You know, everyone's going to have a different opinion on how to progress through them. But you can do like a split stance kind of deadlift. So it's where you have one foot on like a bench or something so you still are stable.
Yeah.
And then you're bending forward. You could do a bent knee deadlift. Airplanes are a good one.
Yeah.
But you don't have to make them heavy. Like I do them with clients here and patients here as part of their movements to help rehab them once they get to a point with their back.
Yeah.
What's the airplane?
They're doing like 5 kilos or...
What's the airplane, Jill? Is that single leg?
The airplane would be something like this. So it'd be more of a drinking bird.
Like single leg.
Oh, right,
basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically. So you could do it bent knee.
Yep. And a lot of, yep.
Don't hurt yourself, Jill.
Or you could do it.
These things are hard.
It's balance. It's a hard balance exercise.
Yeah, definitely. Do you suggest any kind of like pre-warm-up before Jill's gone? Before we do, and Jude's gone. Before we do any kind of deadlift?
Oh my God, again.
I'm here.
Yeah, okay, there you are. Would you suggest or recommend any kind of like pre-warm-up before doing a deadlift? Just say weighted one.
Yeah, if you're going to do a weighted one, I would suggest some of those easier things that I just kind of showed you.
Yeah.
So, you know, making sure you're hip hinging properly, make sure your hamstrings aren't feeling really tight.
Yeah.
Your calves aren't feeling really tight. If you have a core exercise that you've been doing, you know, maybe you do that to warm your core up so that your core is working well.
Yeah.
Before you kind of go and start lifting something. So those 4 that I showed you guys are some good little warm up things to make sure your form is good. But it's a functional movement and it's complex. And if you just go straight into it, you probably will hurt yourself.
Yeah, I like it. That's so true. And I like giving like a similar movement pattern, just broken up. So for example, if we're going to do some deadlifts, we can start off with, I like the core work, the bird dog, the renegade rows, and then a little bit of hip thrusters in there, or a bridge. And then you can get straight into it, or slowly building up the weight if we wanted to use that.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What about you, Jude? Have you had experience with deadlifts or?
Oh, look, prior to the back injury.
Jude's got a back injury.
Oh, okay.
So.
Prior to the back injury, deadlifts I would do, but I haven't really done them because I can feel, because I've got an impingement between L4 and L5, I feel it straight away.
Okay.
So I'm very wary about doing deadlifts with weights. Maybe my body weight would be different.
Yeah.
But actually doing a weight, like, you know, you were just doing the airplanes and the bent over ones, things like that. But actually doing it with a weight, I haven't done it since I've had the back injury.
How long have you had the back injury for?
Oh, what are we in now? We're in 2020, probably about 4 years.
Okay.
I have been told by my back specialist I will be requiring a fusion.
Okay.
So that's the road that I really don't want to go down. So hence I'm trying to lose weight, trying to get extra pressure off my back to see if that, look, the impingement's there. Whether or not, it's never going to get any better. I just don't want it to get worse, I guess.
No,
you know? So, that's, look, that's the last straw, but he did say that's where it's going to be heading in the future. How long down the road, he didn't say.
Right.
So, I just want to, oh, hang on, sorry.
You do what's it called, deadlifts? You do them, and you a variation of it. We do that. And she also does swings, kettlebell swings.
Yeah.
Well, that's since we've been doing this virtual stuff, so I have not done any of that ever.
Yeah. Okay.
The pain. Yeah.
Look, there are times, like when I first started doing them, there was pain there. But I think it was a muscle pain rather than the back pain itself. Right. So that's what, at the moment it's up and down. I can't sit for long periods of time. I can't walk for long periods of time. So I'm just working through the processes, and so it's been pretty good. Actually, I had to give up work, unfortunately, because of it. I used to be a truck driver, and that's where I heard it, was at work. So, and I was a cement truck driver, so that movement of going side to side, that is the movement that hurts the most. So, for example, when you're mopping the floor, that movement, that is the movement that hurts.
Right.
So, that like constant, like you're doing
that movement.
Yes, exactly right. That movement, and that's where I get it all the time. So I'm very wary of that movement. So doing maybe those obliques side to side, I would find it difficult and things like that. But everything else seems to be working okay. If I can't do an exercise, I'll let Sally know.
Yeah,
simple as that. If I feel it straight away, I'll say, Sal, I can't do that. Like, for example, the other day when you were doing the one-legged squats.
Yeah, single leg. Yeah, pistol squats.
Single leg squats.
Yeah,
that I could not do.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because my weight.
It's hard. I find it difficult. I get it. What I would suggest is keep one foot on the floor, like both feet are on the floor. One is like that's the leg you're using. The other one, just push through your toe or use left.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
So
because there's always going to be one leg that just takes over, and the other leg, the poor little other leg, doesn't get that much attention.
Yeah,
it could be stronger,
that's right.
Could be bigger, could be anything,
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly right.
So I guess coming from that, now we're understanding that deadlifts, we do them every day, unconsciously. They're not dangerous unless you're not aware of what you're doing and you go straight into the gym like many people or train and they just go, yep, I watched the YouTube clip and the YouTube clip said I had to deadlift 1 times 1.5 of my body weight. I should be doing that before any kind of prep.
Exactly.
So I guess like moving forward, what are your top tips about deadlifts being demystified and like the fear associated with that, Jill?
I think it's just making sure you break it down.
Break it down. Yes.
Break it down. Get the movement right, like a hip hinge, just like kettlebell swings get a bad rap too for the same reason. So making sure you break it down, you know how to do a hip hinge properly, so that you're using the right muscles, and that you got your core switched on. Those are the basic things that I would be my go-to.
Because we do that every day. That's what
we do it every day. Functional movement.
And it wasn't Jill that told me this, but I had a client once, and she came in and she's like, "Oh, my physio told me I shouldn't be doing deadlift." I was like, "Oh, so you don't tie your shoelace? You're not allowed to tie your shoelace, or you're not allowed to fix it." And she kind of looked at me really oddly. when I started to explain things to her, I said, yeah, I'll be happy to have a chat with your physio to clarify exactly what they were talking about.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of fear in it. And the one thing that I got from Jude saying about her journey and fitness and back is like, the injury didn't actually occur when she was exercising.
No,
that's right.
It's from doing everyday work.
Everyday stuff and doing repetitive
that's it.
things.
Repetitive movement.
Yeah.
And how do we become conscious of that and go, oh, that's not really a great move? Is it when we start to feel pain?
Well, hopefully you figure it out before then. Once you feel pain, it's usually a little bit too late.
Yes.
That can be that wake-up call that, you should be doing something a bit differently.
But what the number one thing is movement definitely helps.
Yes.
With all of it. What kind of movement are you doing, Jill? What kind of movement? Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing at the moment?
What am I doing for activity at the moment?
Yeah, activity.
I'm going for lots of walks.
Mm-hmm.
I rented an electric bike on the weekend and I went on an electric bike ride.
Yes.
I am doing some yoga on YouTube.
Nice.
You should join Sally's class.
I probably should.
You know what? We're going to maybe get her in as a special guest to come in and have a play with us. See what she thinks. Yeah, why not? It's been really awesome. Jude's been a part of it from day dot. I was day dot of virtual the pause life inception, because we've been on pause for quite some time. And it's a bit of a holistic kind of training, because it's not just training. We do a lot of meditation in there as well. They had a bit of a coffee catch up. We've got special guests like you coming on, and this bloke in the background. Hey, how you going? Is that Nick? Who's that? He's hanging out there. I know he wants to be a part of the little. Trying to... Next week, I've got a special guest, chemical engineer, that's going to talk about supplements and how that's going to help you. That will be really good. But the virtual world has been interesting, but able to connect with a lot of it.
I loved it.
Yeah? Jude's been in and out of gym. She's been tell us, what's the big takeaway of this? Why you like it so much?
Convenience. And it's, look, I'm at an age now, I can't keep up with the young people in classes, and I don't profess that I can. So this has been great, because the people that are on these virtual workouts are pretty much in the same boat as me. Yeah. Some are the same age, some are a bit younger, some are, just had kids, so we're working with at our own pace, but we're getting grilled as well at the same time, even though it's not face to face, but it's working. It's how hard you put into it. Like the saying goes, if you don't, how much you put in is what you're going to get out of it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's been great. And I hate the fact that we've been COVID, but this has been a blessing in disguise for me personally, because I have not exercised this much in a very long time.
That's great.
I'm really enjoying it. Good. And I really don't want to go back to the gym, to be honest. But, as I said, you just got to, the weight situation,